think Kalamazoo has worked to have self-determination be both a philosophy and a practice. And the philosophy is that we treat everybody as if they should be deciding and picking their own lives. We try not to put people into programs, help with them pick the life they want to lead, and use services and supports to help them lead that life. It's no different than you or I. Picking our life, picking the type of school program we want to go to, people help us get through, and then we end up with the life that we want. Using a self-directed approach helps people have more control over their lives. Just because people need help doesn't mean they're helpless. And we want people to take that control and to use it to design and work towards the life that they want and that fits for them. Not everybody is the same. Everybody wants different things in life. And so we want people to tell us what those things are, have us help them get there, and then in return they're leading the life that they want.
When I met Matthew Longnecker, I knew there was something truly special about him. Despite his physical and mental disabilities, he makes the best out of what others would consider a challenging situation. Matt's zest for life and love of people is infectious. He's goofy, kind, and just a great person. When we went out to his favorite restaurant, I was surprised to see nearly all of the staff come up to greet him.
Hi, Matt. How are you today?
Having a disability hasn't stopped Matt. He loves going out with friends, swimming, watching basketball, and eating pizza. His lifestyle is partly made possible by his helper Casey and a program called Self-Determination. According to the Michigan Department of Community Health, self-determination is based on 4 principles. Freedom. The ability for individuals with chosen family and/or friends to plan a life with necessary supports rather than purchase a program. Authority. The ability for a person with a disability to control a certain sum of dollars in order to purchase these supports, with the backing of a social network or circle of friends, if needed. Support. The arranging of resources and personnel, both formal and informal, so to assist a person with a disability to live a life in the community, rich in community associations and contributions. Responsibility. The acceptance of a valued role in a person's community through employment, affiliations, spiritual development, as well as accountability for spending public dollars in ways that are life-enhancing.
What's up, Maddie? You look like you didn't know who it was for a minute.
Matt's making a video.
I see that.
He's going to be a star.
You want to sing a song?
I'm not singing anything. Oh, you think that's funny, huh?
This program was developed for people like Matt, who deserve the ability to take control of their future. I can't think of a better person who could represent what this organization is trying to accomplish. Does that sound silly?
For persons with developmental disabilities, we provide a wide range of services and supports to help people lead successful, independent, productive lives in the community. Those things can include things like employment supports, independent living supports, supports in your own home if you need help with personal care, help with learning how to get around the community, help with going to school, all sorts of supports.
Okay. I have cerebral palsy. Without this opportunity, I would be in a home. Home. I don't want to do that. Safety helps. Help me with everyday life.
My role is I come in here and I'm a caretaker, but I spend time with them. I take care of personal needs, just hanging out and making sure that the daily routines of the house are taken care of, things that normal people are able to do on their own. You just have to make sure that that's getting taken care of for people like Matt. I heard about this through a friend who has a brother who is disabled. I put an application, and within 2 weeks I had a call from Matt, and I've been with him for 4 years now. It's a great job. It's very rewarding.
Okay. I got into hours because it was something to do that was creative and I like it. I get pick up the brush with my hands, but I get paint by mouth. I do art and I sell art at different places. Without this opportunity, I wouldn't be honest. I have parents who care about my well-being, and they don't want anything harmful to go wrong with. For me,
because I think he's one of the few people to have the 24-hour care. So it is possible. I mean, some people I think feel that self-determination won't work for them because they have a level of disability that they feel is only going to be taken care of in a different type of setting, but it is possible for people to do this and have the type of care that they need. It's more of a friendship, I think. Working with this, you get closer with people. It's not so much a work relationship, but you just it's just like hanging out with a friend.
Safety is amazing.
Well, self-determination is all about people choosing their life, and most people choose a life that's included, that's connected to things and people in the community that they like or that they love. People don't often choose to be secluded, and traditionally or historically sometimes the services that we provided were separate. Self-determination is in the community. It's using all of the community resource to help support the person, and the person decides what part of the community works for them. Some people want to be very involved in sports activities, and so part of their self-determination plan then is finding ways so that they can be involved, either as a participant, as a spectator, as a worker, some way to be more involved and connected. And it's like, you know how sports fans are. It's like people get connected and you're part of a group, and then the next thing you know, that's just how your life is, and it works really well. You know, and so sports is only one example of that. We have a lot of people that are very connected in Kalamazoo through nature. Kalamazoo has great resources in terms of the nature center and its nature trails, and a lot of people use those to stay healthy, to be connected with walking clubs, things like that. We can help people be connected in those ways. Other types of social clubs, but we also use it to help people connect with things in the community like jobs, helping people get jobs and keep jobs. And also even some basic things such as transportation, helping people how to use public transportation, because if you can't get to the things you like, that's a problem.
Hello, my name is John Arg. I've been taking pictures out here for the Nature Center for the past couple of years, and I do pictures for photo monitoring, and also one year I was out here taking pictures of kids at the summer camp.
I met John with our work with the Arcadia Institute. He came out and helped us get photos for our campers. We used them in our brochures and on our website, so that was really helpful. And he also took pictures of our group. And when he was out there, he actually found that he went to high school with one of the staff, so he met some people he already knew. And it's been great to have John out here. He's such an outgoing guy, and he adds to our program, so it's awesome.
And I was diagnosed with autism when I was 2.5 years old, and I've been able to overcome a lot of things. For me, what self-determination means is being able to do a lot on your own. I live in my own apartment, I have my own job, I live in my own apartment, and I'm able to do a lot of that with little assistance. One of my favorite things to take pictures of is nature. I like taking pictures of sunsets and cloud pictures, and I'm pretty good at taking pictures of sky pictures and stuff.
Allison approached me and mentioned that John loves to do photography, and we have lots of great things at the Nature Center to take pictures of.
I met John actually through Jenny Metz. She had this great photographer, she said, and she knew that I had a photo monitoring project. And so John came out and we walked around and we said, take pictures here of the erosion so that we can keep track of what's going on our trails. And he's been out twice a year now for the last couple years.
Yeah, hi, I use a Kodak EasyShare camera normally, but the battery died in it a while ago, so sometimes I use a phone camera or an iPod camera, and how I get those to people is I either store them on my computer or share them on Facebook. I've taken pictures, I volunteered for the United Way before, and I've taken pictures volunteering for them once, doing like a community cleanup once. In the Nature Center, folks get my pictures. I either burn them onto a disc for them or I email them my pictures. Thanks for coming out to the Nature Center with me today so you can watch me do what I do at the Nature Center and take photos and stuff, and have a great one.
The different services for people that are receiving public mental health services, there's a broad array of services available depending on your needs. Some people might need help finding and keeping a job. Some people might need a lot more basic help, like getting dressed in the morning and feeding and bathing yourselves. So there's a whole range of services that can help somebody depending on what your needs are. There's also services related to skill building and learning skills, so you could get a job if you're not quite ready for one, or helping you to volunteer so you could get the skills to get a job. There's therapies if you need some type of therapy, like occupational therapy or physical therapy to help you stay healthy. There's counseling if that's something that would help the person. We have a lot of recovery-oriented services that help people recover from chronic conditions, so there's a wide range of services available. People can choose self-determination as a pathway to help them with their secondary education goals. If somebody needs support to go to school, such as help them to get oriented, it might take them a little bit longer to understand the school procedures, orientation, to get the classwork down, to get the schedule, to have a good protocol for doing your classwork. They might need help with, maybe they are typing their notes or somebody else needs to type their notes for them, things like that. Those are the types of things that they could use self-directed services to help them accomplish their educational goals.
My name is John Donnelly. When I first started, moved out and started doing this about 5 years back now, I was used to having like other people help me. I had been like acclimated to that, so I felt like this could really help me and I really needed this to do stuff. So I hired somebody who worked here, found somebody to work for me, and we started working together and doing stuff like going to the bank, going to the mall, going to the local YMCA to do exercises. Periodically having aides help me in class when I felt I needed it. And just building self-confidence and skills that eventually would lead to me being able to do more for myself and feel like I could do more for myself, because that was the other thing, was before self-D I had been kind of conditioned mentally to think that there was a lot of things that if somebody weren't there, I couldn't do it. Yeah.
Do you need to take notes for you?
Yeah. Here's my paper that's due. Here's the note paper. Thank you. When I go to classes, for me, it's not just about getting the education. Getting the education is important, but there's still people out there today, they don't realize, people with disabilities, are capable of these things. Me being out there doing that kind of stuff, day-to-day basis, participating in class, speaking up in class, showing that I can answer classes, taking tests and passing them, turning in papers, doing the work. That shows people that may have may not quite understand what people with disabilities are capable of. That may change their mindset, and I appreciate being able to do that.
How are we going to accomplish the discrimination?
We would take out food from every other one except for the blue lever. So when he presses the ones that don't have nothing, he gets nothing. When he presses the blue lever, he gets something eventually.
That's exactly it. That is perfect. So.
Like I said previously, I have utilized staff to help me in classes and do homework and help me with papers. And I've utilized that staff to, again, help me get acclimated to the bus system, which, depending on the weather or the Metro van, helps me get back and forth to there. Eventually, I began to accomplish most of that in most situations on my own, but again, it was thanks to the self-determination program that led to my ability to do that. People that were there to help walk me through what I had to do for those things. Self-D, doing it for people with disabilities, people in general, to me it's a no-brainer. So a lot of people ask, well, why do that? Why self-determination? Why? It's because every person who wants to get anywhere in life has to use it to get anywhere in life. That's why. And this is just a way of doing that by hiring staff that, gives, a person with disability extra help, what they need to do, what everybody else needs to do.
The funds for these services come through Kalamazoo Community Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services. What we do is we take funds that had originally been designed and allocated for what we call traditional services, and we have said instead, you don't have to use these services in this way. You can take the dollars and hire your own staff or hire your own agency to deliver the services for you. That gives you the control over the services as well as a much higher outcome, we believe, because you are controlling the direction of the services. So the money is the money that was there for the mental health supports. It's just being directed by the individual in different ways into different organizations and people. So think about yourself. Do you want somebody else to decide where you're going to live, who you're going to live with, what you're going to do for a living, what you're going to do for fun in the evenings, or do you want to make those choices yourself? That is the basic difference. What do you want for your life? Do you want to choose that, or do you want somebody else to? That is the entire difference. And we believe that everybody has the right to be self-determined, to make those choices and to plan for the life that they want to lead. And everybody needs help in some ways. None of us got through school or became adults and had careers without somebody helping us along the way. Just because you have a disability and need a lot of help doesn't mean you're not entitled to the same thing.